So far, you're doing real good. I'm glad. See, this is the sometimes. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. So, Miss Sue Santiago, you ready now?
Yes.
Okay. Now we're gonna start off. I'm gonna unmute everybody for a second. So everybody's unmuted. So everybody all together now. It's Sue Jenna's birthday today.
Happy birthday.
So let's all together sing happy birthday to it.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday
to
you.
Happy birthday, Sue Jenna.
Happy
birthday to
Many more.
Thank you, guys. That was beautiful.
That was terrible.
Everybody's muted.
No, that
Hey,
was
Miss
beautiful.
Sue, you're back?
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, great. So the first question from Mike Wynn is probably the hardest question of the day.
Oh gosh.
What is it like working for Brett Granger?
Okay, let me just see. Is he on here? He's not. Okay, good. Why was that the first question? Like, there's no warm-up question?
That is the warm-up question. They get harder from here.
Mike. Working with Brett is like, how do you compare it to something? Working with Brett is like working with the Energizer Bunny / the Dexter in Dexter's Laboratory / Dracula, because he never runs out of energy. Even when he's sick, he has a lot of energy. He always has ideas. If you don't catch up to his idea from 5 minutes ago, I'm just starting to get his idea from 5 minutes ago, and he's like, okay, no, we're not doing that. I have a new idea. So I have to really catch up. And then Dracula, because you know this, Carmen, he doesn't sleep. Like, you would be receiving messages from him at 3 a.m. But it's definitely very interesting. I've never worked with anyone like that, but it's kind of have the same wavelength. But well, you know it, Carmen. It's fun, and it's not, and it's fun again. So it's good. He's the number 1 dealer in the world. I'm glad to be working with him.
Well, I'm sure you're learning a lot, and everything, and you're absolutely right. I mean, Brett is full on 24/7.
Oh, yes.
There's no question. I think he even dreams work.
He does.
No doubt about it. Okay. Also for Mike, how many recruits have you gotten so far in your career?
All the recruit. Let me see. I have 22 recruits. 19 were personally recruited, and 3 were media hires. So you can see I need help with the media hire part.
Okay. Well, it's something you learn to, but that's a very, very tremendous number. That's awesome. Okay, Mr. Cody would like to know, what is your greatest accomplishment in your career with OmniShield so far, since you started?
My greatest accomplishment when it comes to like the organizational structure was doing it as a dealer back in October and November. I think that's what everyone wants to do, right? Like, after being a safety advisor, become a trainer, then manager, then you become a dealer. So that's it when it comes to the organizational structure. But when it comes to production, my greatest achievement is seeing that the people that I recruited and trained are killing it. They're recruiting, they're riding along with their field training their recruits. And I think the best thing is teaching a recruit how to recruit, like teaching them what to do, what they're doing, making it duplicatable, and just repeating it over and over and over. So yeah, that's
awesome. Very, very good. What is your favorite clothes and why?
My favorite clothes. Brett says this is the Sue clothes. Like, do you want to die in a fire or not? And but no. Yeah, no, my favorite clothes is when I ask them, so I show them their level of protection. Let's say they needed 13, and I go to the 13. So you get like 6 water sensors, blah, blah, blah. So who do we put the warranty under? You, Brenda, or you, Carmen?
Brenda.
And then, okay, then I just need your driver's license. And then I start writing it up. and that's it. And I'm not like a hard closer unless I'm on the phones is different. But and then when the wife suddenly says, oh, are we getting this today? And I'm like, are you not? Like, after everything I spent, this time talking to you about, you're not, like. And then when they start talking to each other, and especially when I have a safety advisor with me, and they're just mind blown how initially they're like, oh, we're not getting this today. And then I'm just sitting there quietly writing my paperwork. And then when I give it to them to sign, they're like, oh, I guess we're doing it because you wrote it up. And I'm like, well, yeah. Like, is there any other choice? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, would you rather die in a fire? So when you build that much rapport with them, you can get away with anything.
It's all about that warm up in the beginning, eh?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely awesome. That is really good. I know a lot of people are here this morning and on here. Obviously, they want to know a little bit more about what makes Jenna tick, but they're also really curious because you're pretty well, I would have to say, probably one of the best I've ever seen, but definitely up there between you and Taylor when it comes to in-home recruiting. So the next question from Cody is, what's one piece of advice you would give everyone on this call right now about in-home recruiting?
One piece of advice, like what David Carter says, just ask. One thing he said is his greatest fear is that you could be sitting in front of the next Brett Granger or the next April Lane or the next Carmen, and because you didn't ask, you didn't invite them in to the open house or tell them about the opportunity, you missed that. So that's like the worst that you can do. Like, you had no idea that this person had that potential. Like when Taylor did her demo to me, I was wearing my scrub suits. I was so exhausted from the work because I was up early, 6 a.m, and I had to wait for her in the evening. And like, who would have known that I would have any ability to do this job? So yeah,
Absolutely.
just ask. Yeah, you just ask them.
Okay, excellent answer. Love that answer. What drives you every day?
Well, aside from my kids jumping on top of me, it's what drives me every day is as you talked about this before, Carmen. I remember you talking about this at the convention about purpose, like waking up with a purpose, knowing that you're not just here like as an extra in the world, like you're actually here to do what you're supposed to do. And I believe that what I'm supposed to do right now, if there was no pandemic, is to just tell the world about OmniShield and just share this opportunity to as many people as possible. And what drives me is just knowing that I have a task to do while I'm living here. I have something to live for, and it's a God-given purpose.
Awesome. Well, we know how you feel about that. Who is your favorite motivational speaker?
I'm, aside from you, Carmen, I don't know. I think I have favorite motivational movies.
Okay.
Which is, I know. Yeah, I know.
Is that then?
April would agree, like the Kendricks brothers movies, like those Facing the Giants, like all those movies, Fireproof, Overcomer, War Room. Like I love, I'm not the type to like sit down to a motivational speaking for a long time, because like the motivation lasts only like 5 minutes. So I'd rather like have something memorable in my head, like a picture of like a scenario or words that stuck out to me. So yeah. That's
awesome. And I like that. And then you're right, the Kendrick brothers make some amazing movies, and Facing the Giants was, I don't know how anybody can watch that movie. Tom said he watched it, didn't cry. I don't know how you can do that, but okay, not a problem. From April, here's a great question from April. Have you seen the documentary Tiger King?
Oh.
You haven't?
I seen the trailer.
Okay, well, I'm not going to be able to ask you the second question, so we might have to get you back on here after you've actually watched the documentary.
I'll watch it today. Okay, I promise, April.
You've had a few months of some massive success. When do you see yourself beating your personal records?
As soon as this thing is done. I'm hoping that by the summer, projecting towards the summer, I'd really love to start it again. Like if I would, I want to be on that magazine again. Like Brett always laughs at me about caring so much about being in the magazine. And I'm like, well, you only get into the magazine if you have good numbers. So me being motivated to be on the top safety advisor list again, or even the top one again, like that's pretty good, right? It means I protected a lot of families. I probably recruited a lot of people in the homes, and I probably spent probably did 40 or 50 demos in a month. So that's something that I would like to do hopefully in the summer, like June, when this is all sorted out, that when we have adapted to it, like when they can allow us to do demos in, those suits. I'd do a demo in a mask. Why not?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's awesome. Okay. Now, Brett obviously has a great team of some powerhouse women on the team, yourself included. How has that helped you having other women competing with you?
Competing?
Okay. Learning, sharing.
It's definitely like having Taylor as a mentor, like her trying. This is so funny. I remember her trying to get Luca, started on contraction. She's on her bouncy ball, teaching me how to do marketing, teaching me how to run the board. And it's just funny because it was hilarious because Luca was super late. But I loved learning from Taylor because obviously she's had a lot of experience from this. And also she's worked with Brett before me. So she has a lot of advices. And Brandon and Paige, they're all different. They do things all differently. No one is like the same as the other. Like when you listen to Paige talk about her passion about protecting people. I remember when we were in the conference in Vegas and we were doing an alarm kill to each other. We took out the ionization alarm in the hotel room, and Brandon's like, guys, this expired last year. And Paige is like, where's our fire exit? Like it's I love them all. They're all very unique and different, and they're all very strong in everyone's area. So learning and hearing from them, even though like let's say Paige and Brandon were in the business later than me, I learned a lot from them because their numbers don't lie, right? Like they're doing something, and just listening and hearing to them. Like right now, Paige is like the year since the beginning of Brett's company, she's a top in units for safety advisor, and I'm second to her. So I'm looking forward to beating her number real soon.
So do you think you have a chance of beating her number?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Like,
okay. Do you think she's going to take that well, or do you think she's going to compete harder to beat you then?
She's going to compete, but there will be blood, but we'll be fine.
There's only one Jenna, right? Okay, since we have a lot of downtime right now, have you made some really great plans, and what is your 1-year goal?
Yeah, my 1-year goal is no. My great plan is of course I want to as I said, I want to come back as a safety advisor and just kill it again with the numbers, and just save up again to start up my dealership. Looking forward to opening up. Can I say it? No, never mind. I won't say it. I can?
Yeah, for sure.
I want to open in a place where there's a Jollibee. You know about me and my love for Jollibee. By the way, guys, Jollibee is like the Filipino McDonald's, except 10 times better because there's spaghetti and chicken and peach mango pie. I'll take you guys someday. But yeah, I'd like to open up in Toronto, where there's a big Filipino community. But what I learned recently, Carmen, is that I can also sell other nationalities. Like my last 5 deals were all not Filipinos.
How is that possible?
Yeah, I'm learning. I guess I don't know.
Good
yeah.
For you, Good for you. That's awesome. That is great. What is your favorite part of the demo and why?
Oh, the warm up, for sure. Like I love the warm up because as April said, even if you do a bang on demo, but if they hate you, they don't like you, didn't build that rapport with them, it's nothing. So I love just when I walk into the door, and especially there's pets, there's a dog, I'm like, oh my gosh, your pet is so cute, like what's his name? And they say, oh, it's Biscuit, and then the cat is Ginger. I'm like, oh my gosh, so adorable, I have a dog too. And then right off the bat, I don't even ask, should I keep my shoes on or take it off? They just let me in. And when they love you, and I love the warm-up. And I used to take, my warm-ups used to take like an hour.
Yep.
But now I've shortened it to like 45 minutes. That's why sometimes Taylor or Brett will be calling me like, where are you? You're late for this other demo. I'm like, well, I'm writing it up just now. Don't get mad. I sold it anyways. But yeah, the warm-up.
Awesome. There's no question I can see that for you. Are you competitive?
No.
Okay. And if so, how important is being competitive, being successful?
Well, as you guys can see with the questions contest, I'm very competitive. I grew up being competitive. My mom raised me to Filipino families. Like if you don't get your grades above like a 95%, because in the Philippines it's like between 75 to 100%. If your grade is not above 95%, you get a whooping. So I was raised to be very, very competitive. And I think being competitive can be really good. It means like you want to aim high, because if you're just, oh, whatever, my parents will let me, will give me a gift just for passing the course or whatever. It doesn't make you aim higher. It doesn't make you strive to be better. But if you're competitive, if you say like, oh, I want to beat Taylor's numbers, I want to beat Paige's numbers, you're helping, you're making yourself better. At the same time, you want to learn from those people that you're competing against. Like, what is she doing? What are they doing that's making them really good? What are they, what can I learn from them? So being competitive is really, really good. When I started this in February, like my first month, I did not even know I was competing with the world. I thought I was just completing, making sure that I was able to pay for my system. I did not know about any competition until I saw my face on the magazine. So yeah, being competitive is good. It helps you to strive to be better.
Okay, and I got two questions from what you just been saying there. The first question I have to ask you, how many whoopings did you get?
Too many to mention.
Okay, so you didn't get above 95 too often then?
No, but it was for something else though.
Okay, and number
my
two,
grades were good.
how did you feel when you seen your face on the Challenger magazine the very first time?
Oh my gosh, that was surreal. That was like, what? It was like,
pretty crazy, eh?
Yeah, it's like I've never been on the magazine, and I did not think that this face would make it to any magazine.
I think you're feeling too hard on yourself, because I think you definitely deserve to be there. There's no question. What do you say when you call referrals to book a demo?
I say, do you want the script or?
Well, let's say one of your customers gave you my name as a referral, and you're calling me.
Oh my gosh, this is fun. Okay. Ding. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, you're supposed to say hello. Okay, say hello.
Hello.
Hi, is this Carmen?
Yes, it is.
Hi, this is Sue from Premier Health Enterprises. How are you today?
Are you trying to sell vacuum cleaners?
Excuse me? No.
Okay. I'm doing good.
No, hi. So I'm just calling you today because your friend April has referred you to get one of our free emergency preparedness kits. Did she mention anything to you?
I haven't talked to her in about a week.
Oh my gosh, April. Well, this is what she said. She made me promise that I'm going to call you because she really wants you to get one of these kits. Okay? So I was just wondering, are you married?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and what's your spouse's name, just to be polite?
Brenda.
Brenda? Okay, all right. Perfect. So do you and Brenda, are you mostly home in the evening time or like in the weekends?
But what do I have to do to get this kit? Like, do I have to buy something?
Oh, no. Like this kit is complimentary. It's just a favor to April just to make sure that you get this kit. We are going to share to you about fire safety. It's really important. It's really relevant. Do you have any kids or grandkids in the home?
I grab my grandchildren come on the weekends.
Perfect. Yeah, because we are sharing some fire safety information that will really benefit you to keep your home safe. Plus, you're going to get this complimentary emergency kit. Huh?
What is this kit? What is this emergency kit?
Well, it's got gauzes, flashlight, batteries, light sticks, and whistles
Okay.
and stuff. I'm trying to remember what it has because the 181 doesn't have some things. Yeah, so it'll be good. So you don't need to buy anything. You're not obligated to buy anything. All we need to do is to just share this information, and then you get this emergency kit for yourself and your family. So would you say like Friday would work or Saturday would be better?
Saturday would be better.
Awesome. So would you prefer before supper or after supper?
Definitely before.
Before supper? Okay, I'll make sure that I bring some snacks then. Yeah, just that. I just have fun with people.
Okay, just very nonchalant. Just have a little bit of
and then,
a laugh while you. Go ahead.
Yeah, because when you sound like robotic, because you guys have received calls from like catfishing people or like people trying to sell you something on the phone. You just want to hang up. Like I just hang up. But if it's fun and it's conversational and they're actually talking to a real person and they're mentioning your friend, so you say it over and over. April always says like the name drop, like always drop their names, because now you're not just a stranger. Now you have a connection to them because you have met their friend. So
fantastic. I really like that. That's really good. Now you're married to Jarrell. How long have you and Jarrell been married?
I'm just kidding. 5 years.
5 years. Wow. And how many children do you have?
2 that I know of. 2. Yeah.
Okay, I can hear him saying that he might not know of some, but how would you not know of some? How does that work?
I don't know. I work hard. I never notice.
Now you have you ever done sales at all before you got involved in the Omni Shield?
Not this kind of selling. Like I remember selling some like sweets when I was in the Philippines in class to my classmates because my grandmother wanted me to sell some, but I ended up giving it away. So I always thought that would be bad with sales because I can't take people's money.
Well, that was my next question is how confident were you that you were going to have some success with Omni Shield when you first came in?
I had no idea that, 1 second. There's just a rep outside my door. There's someone outside my door? Oh, okay. Just 1 second, but I'll just walk. I had no idea that I would be successful in this because again, no sales experience. All I wanted to do was to pay off my system. I'm on the Zoom call. Hello. Sorry. I'll just give her something. Thank you. Here you go. I'll just continue my call. Bye. Social distancing. Air hugs.
I think we caught you there right on. Okay, here's the question. How were you recruited?
Oh yeah, by Taylor. So when we were doing the demo and we were writing up, like of course my husband was so pissed, right? Because he didn't want to get the system in the beginning. So he just started to ask Taylor, like, how much do you earn from doing this job? Like my husband would contest. He would say that, no, Taylor did not recruit you. I recruited you because I was the one that started asking questions. But yeah, he started asking her, like, how much do you get paid?
What did you see in Taylor's demonstration that made you confident that, or what did you see that made you want to do this?
My husband, he was like, oh, she's only reading it. Can you see that? Like, I'm sure you can do that. He was the one that was pushing me. Like, he didn't want me to get the system. But when we finally signed up, and he's like, I guess there's nothing I could do now. Like, he was just, oh, she was just reading all of that? Like, you could do that. And then that's when she started to tell me that you can earn your system because she can hear that Jarrell was very concerned about the money, right? She's like, you can work to earn your system. And then I don't remember if she told me about the equity program in the home or not. I honestly don't remember. I just know that I was just saying, I can do that. I can read. I can sound like I know what I'm saying. Could. Yeah.
At least you got over 95 in reading. We love that.
Yeah.
Now you do a lot of training. If you could teach one thing to every person that you train for them to be successful, what would it be and why?
Just be real. Like one thing that I want every person that I train to learn is you teach them how to recruit. Like I remember we talked about this in multiple conventions. If you get a sale, that's good, but how long would it take for you to spend that commission, right? If you get leads, that's good because you have somewhere to go next, right? And then, but if you get a recruit, you get the money, you get leads, and you get a recruit. Like you get all three things. So it's like the three money bags, right? So that's the one thing that I want them to know is to recruit. And really, recruiting is so easy. Like I find that recruiting inside the home is like the easiest way to recruit because number one, they already have the system. Even if they don't, you can still recruit because they know about the system. Sometimes they can buy after the open house or during training. I've had people like that they didn't buy in the home, but then after hearing the opportunity, they did. So you just they the in-home recruiting is the best because they already love the system, they have the system. You're not going to have a hard time training them because they believe in it 100%, and that's the only thing that you need for a person to be successful. If they believe in it so much, you don't need to force them. They can just simply say like, get this, guys, I promise, like this is going to save your life. You don't even need to. I've had someone like told me honestly that I didn't do this whole demo for them, I just showed them my system and they got it. So I'm like, okay, that's cheating, but sure, they got it. It's fine. But that's how much they were so good at it because they believed in it so much. So one thing that I would train people to do is to just teach them how to recruit. And when they have a recruit, they have more leads and they have more money and they can build their business, right? Like when they become a dealer, like, you can, I don't know if you can bring those people, but at least you know how to recruit, you know what to teach people, and then you just repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. So yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. Okay, now you got a lot of strength, but what do you think is your greatest strength in this business?
My greatest strength in this business. My greatest strength is, I think you told me this, Carmen. My greatest strength is like I'm a sponge. Like once I hear about something one time and then I do it, then I know how to do it. Like I think that's my greatest strength. Like whatever I learn from someone and I do it, like it's ingrained to me. I know what to do for the next 10 times. You just show it to me once and then I'll know what to do next. Like I guess that's what happened to my demos. My trainer was Brett. And I remember my training, it was kind of always cut off because he was phone closing at the same time. And I was like, how did I learn my demo from that? Like, I feel like it wasn't enough time. I feel like it wasn't like thorough, but I still did kind of thing because he was kind of busy because he had no manager at the time. Taylor was still on the field and he was phone closing. So I guess just being a sponge, absorbing the information and learning from others is one of my strengths.
Well, there's no question. I would definitely say being a sponge is definitely one of your greatest strengths. And I think your personality, you're definitely out there and you're, I mean, yes, Brett definitely goes 1,000 miles a minute, but you're close at 999 miles a minute, I'll tell you. So, and the fact that you're a sponge probably explains why you've won so many of these contests so far. You remember everything.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think is one of your greatest weaknesses that you are working on to get better at?
Oh, man. My emotions. I'm very emotional. It can be good and it can be bad. There will be times that Brett can hear me phone closing and he's going to be like, what's wrong with you, pal? You're too savage. Like, just be nice to these people. And whenever a rep calls me and I didn't like what they said on the phone, I become so like, get back there. Like just, like my emotion. I have to be able to control my emotions because some of these reps have no idea who I am in person. They just know me as a manager, right? So I've had multiple incidences where I made reps cry because they didn't understand me because I was so emotional on the phone. And
I understand your nickname, Hard Ass.
But yeah, it's me being emotional on the phone, and not just on the phone, like in general. How many times have you heard me cry, Carmen, and seen me cry?
You're working on your emotions.
yes, just being professional and being able to separate professional and personal, and also structure. Like I need to develop a few more people that would take after me. If I'm gonna leave Winnipeg, I have to make sure that I leave it with some people that are really gonna continue doing what I was doing.
Fantastic. Now you started part-time. What's the most amount of money you made in a month part-time? Do you know?
Brett, how much? I think I would say, I think Brett has the numbers. Oh, he says 9K. He says 9K.
Not bad for part-time income.
Yeah,
Not
in my
bad at
first
all.
month, he says. Yeah.
Now, I know you've watched Brett do a bunch of open houses. I know you've done a bunch of open houses. What would you say makes a successful open house?
Food, definitely food. If there's no food, no one will show up. I'm just kidding. But the energy, like Brett's energy, even though there's just one person in the open house, his energy is like for 1,000 people. So I try to be as energetic. I don't know that I can. I probably can do 90% of that. But just the energy, because if you are excited, like everything is a transference of emotion. Like the demo is a transference of emotion. Like even the open house is a transference of emotion. If you are just so excited about the opportunity, then these people are going to be like, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get training tomorrow. And just, making sure that they see that this is a great opportunity. That's why when we have trialed people to do the open house, and we were just sitting there, and the person's like, so this is what you do. You have no clock to punch. You set your own hours. I'm like, kill me now. What's wrong with you? Like, have a lot of energy. Like, there's no clock to punch. You set your own hours. You make what your work. You have to be like that. Energy.
Fantastic. Great answer. Great answer. Okay. What do you like most about GHS? About this opportunity you're involved in right now?
Aside from the trips, so the trips are awesome. Aside from the trips, it's just the people. When I was mingling around in Punta Cana, I don't think there was one person that said anything bad about our leaders or their dealers. Like everyone was just like, oh, I love like Chris Roberts. I love David Carter. I love, my dealer. Like everybody's just speaking highly of each other. And I love that because it means it's real. Because in other places you would hear, oh, I really don't like the person on top because they never listen to us. It's so corrupt. There's nothing like that. I just love the integrity of the people that I work with. You guys, and then, Chris Roberts and David Carter and everyone else, the Jones family. Yeah, that's what I love.
Awesome. Now, yeah, before GHS, before OmniShield, obviously you lived in the Philippines and obviously you traveled to Canada. Was there any other trips that you had gone on?
Just local in the Philippines, one of the beaches, the Philippines, but nothing. Never out of it.
One year you've been with GHS, how many trips have you gone on?
I forgot. So I went to Chicago.
Well, where you gone? You've gone to Chicago.
Jackson Hole.
You've gone to Vegas. You've gone to Dallas. You've gone to Jackson Hole. You've gone to Punta Cana.
Yeah, I also went to Kansas after Dallas.
Boy, you're just a traveling person. You're starting to like this, aren't you?
She went to New York.
Oh yeah, New York, the best.
Oh forgot New York. That's where you learn your dance moves. We got video.
Oh my God.
What was your impression at your very first convention?
Oh wow, I was like, whoa, look at all those people. And then seeing the people in the magazine, I'm like, oh, I know that girl. That's Shakti. Oh, I know that person. It's like I felt like I was in Hollywood, but Hollywood of sales, It was super fun, and I love the freebies. The mug broke before I got to Winnipeg.
Okay, freebies. That's what I'll tell the Jones family. What you like the most?
No,
Okay.
no, I have a selfie with Mr. Jones actually.
Fantastic. Okay, what would you say to safety advisors who do not push for weekend demos?
What's wrong with you? That's what I'm gonna say. Why? Because why? Well, that's all I'm gonna say, and I'm not gonna say anymore.
Okay.
Why?
Fair enough. What are some of your hobbies and interests outside of work?
well, aside from Facebook, Instagram, and all the social media,
Pictures?
taking pictures and making movies. I love hanging out with people. I love socializing. So this quarantine's driving me nuts. No, I love going out with people, just talking to them, hanging out, talking hobbies and interests. I'm trying to think because in the past year I have not done much because I was working.
Yeah.
But I love to clean. I love decluttering. I love sorting mail. I'm weird now. Now you guys know that.
Now, for those out there who are getting to know Sue Jen a little bit, when I'm talking about picturing, she is by far the queen of selfies. And she somehow gets herself in some of the weirdest pictures, but somehow she gets herself in there. So she absolutely
Yeah, I
loves that.
got there in the selfie, and he hates that. So
There you go. Did you play any sports growing up?
yeah, I was in the track team. I played badminton. I played volleyball. I wasn't like the best in all of those games. I just knew how to do it. And then I got married, and then there was that no more games, no more sports. But yeah, I used to play badminton, volleyball, and I ran. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. So obviously you were new to direct sales when you first got involved. And most people, when they think about direct sales, they think about selling, and that they don't think about the most important thing, and that is the leads, because the leads come before selling. So being new to direct sales, what do you feel is the one crucial thing you learned about marketing leads, getting leads?
Man, I did not know how important leads were when I started, because I remember when Taylor posted my Survey Monkey on my phone, and there was people that I wanted to do a demo to, and then they got visited by other people and they didn't sell them. I stopped posting the Survey Monkey. So for a month, I was not posting it at all. And then what I would post is, if you want to get an emergency kit, message me. And what I didn't realize until I started working at the office is how crucial it was. I was being selfish with my Survey Monkeys, and I didn't realize that my whole company was suffering. Like I thought that I should just demo to the people that I know, but little did I know that I was killing our company by hoarding the leads to myself. And so I also didn't realize that I won't really have time to see all these people. Like, I was being selfish to them. Like, I was not protecting them in a sense. So what I learned is just to make sure that you teach. Like, that's one of the most important things that I take my time to do in training. Make sure that they know how to ask for leads. Make sure that they know how to post surveys. And I think I'm the hardest when it comes to tagging people. We have advised people to just tag. Like, once they post a survey, tag 100 people. Facebook has a maximum of tagging 100 people. So when I ask a customer to tag 100 people and they say, well, I was only able to tag 40. And I'm like, that's okay. That's fine. You did try. But in my mind, I'm like, 40 is a lot. That's a lot of people already. So yeah, just making sure that they post a survey. They ask for referrals at the fire quiz. They ask for referrals at the end. They ask for referrals at the APK. If you don't have referrals, these are buzzwords. If you don't have referrals, you don't have a job tomorrow. That's what
Absolutely.
he says.
100%. Our marketing leads is really, really important. When recruiting in the home, when do you start talking about, a part-time job coming in part-time? At what point in the demo? In the beginning of the demo, middle of the demo, end of the demo?
It depends on the appointment. If it's a personal appointment, before I even go to the home, I tell them that there's a business opportunity in this, so I want to make sure that you guys listen. If it's an office appointment, I brush through it, like, because in the iPad demo it shows there's 3 other reasons why I'm here. First is we're growing and we need help. We're looking for a full-time or part-time people that's going to do what I'm doing. Like, we've seen part-timers earn $600 a month, full-timers even more. What would you do with an extra $600? And they say, like, oh, that's going to go to bills or groceries. I'm like, well, there's a good opportunity about working part-time. I'll show you guys later. And then so after the whole paperwork is done, once the installer's on the way, and then I go through the We Need Your Help magazine, I say, well, this is what I'm doing. I just want you to know that I started doing this part-time. And then when I go through the magazine and it says that nurses, plumbers, blah, 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 blah. And I said, I used to be a full-time nurse, but this is what I do now. And I've seen a lot of people just mind blown, like, what? You gave up your nursing to do this? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, what? Yeah. And they're like, why? And I said, well, come to the open house and I'll show you why. And then they're like, what? And then you go through the magazine again and you just tell them that, yeah, it's a really good part-time opportunity. You can start part-time and then later on you can do full-time like I did. And you try not to sound too desperate, even if you see their potential. You're like, no, come. But you can just be like, yeah.
That is so good. I love that. Okay, and another question from Tom. When you personal recruit commits to coming, yes, now they want to get trained, now they're going to become a safety advisor. Do you do the training in the office or do you do the training in the field?
Office. We, especially if they're in-home recruited.
Yeah.
Like they already seen the demo. They just need to know how to do it and how do you start doing it. Like they need to learn how to read the book. They need to know how to do the alarm kill, the pan and the burn gel. Like we do it in the office first. And then if they're not confident, depends. Like there would be some that would request that, can I see someone first before I do this? If they really absolutely would want that, like we do that. But generally we let them go do their own after the office training.
Fantastic. Well, listen, Sue, you've done an amazing job this morning. I really, really appreciate it. You're definitely a breath of fresh air. It's great to have these calls because everybody on the call gets a chance to know each other a little bit better. And so when we have meetings, when we have workshops, when we have conventions, take the time to get to know everybody else that you get a chance to know a little bit more about. So it's real important. So I'm going to finish it off. I have you finish it off with this. If you had one thing to say to all the international lifesavers out there, what would it be?
To all the international lifesavers? This
is your show. You're finishing it off, girl.
Oh, okay, guys. Listen. No, I'm just kidding. I want to tell you guys, oh my gosh, I hope I don't cry, that I'm very, very blessed to be part of this team. I could not have chosen a better team to be a part of. Everyone's just awesome. Everybody helps each other. Like even a person that you never talk to, if you send them a message, ask them about something, they just respond. They're very helpful. And I'm very blessed to be led by Carmen. Very, very blessed. What I want to say is just don't let the fire stop burning, even at this time. You know, I remember my childhood song, give me oil in my lamp, keep me burning. Like even if it's a pause time, like I love getting to know you guys. I love learning from you guys. And I just pray that, you know, we'll come out from this strong. Like we'll get a new idea, we'll adapt to it, and then we'll keep killing it again and kick some eagle bleep, and then just kill it again, just continue to support each other. And I love you all, and I pray for everybody's safety, and God loves you all. That's all. Thank you.
From your lips to God's ears. Now, thank you very much, Sue. That was absolutely awesome. And it's so absolutely true. We got so many great people on this team, and it's just a matter of everybody sharing the ideas. And there's no question when we come out of this, we have a bunch of new programs, a bunch of new ideas. We're going to be better, bigger, and stronger.
Woohoo!
You are disqualified from today's contest.
What? No!
Yes, no. So the question is, I got 2 copies of the book Gung Ho, G-U-N-G-H-O. It's probably one of my favorite team books for building a team and growing a team. It's a great story. It's a nice, quick read. You can get through it in probably about 2 hours. So I'm going to give there'll be 2 winners today. The first question, there's 3 questions to answer. The first question is by Tom. What answer to the objection, we need to think about it, did Tom give on Friday? What was the answer that Tom gave to the we need to think about it objection? Number 2, when April did her talk on Thursday, what was her 1-year goal? What did April say was her 1-year goal? And number 3, where did David Carter discuss belief and leadership? Where did David Carter discuss belief and leadership? Thank you, everybody, for your time today. I hope everybody had an awesome weekend and a great day today. We're going to have an awesome week. We've got another great interview coming in tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye for now.